ice that she keeps in a jar by the door.
These songs weren't made in boardrooms. They weren't made by marketing teams. They were made in basements, hospitals, divorces, and funerals.
Can I have them, please? And the cats in the cradle and the...
They were made because something broke. A finger, a marriage, a person. Take that one moment away, and none of this exists. This is the real story of 10 songs we will never get again. Number 10, The Weight, The Band, 1968.
Who is it for? All alone.
2 weeks. That's all it took in A&R Studios, New York. But the real work started a year earlier in a pink house in Woodstock.
All the lonely people, where do they all be?
The secret? These 5 men, Helm, Danko, Manuel, Robertson, Hudson, were Bob Dylan's burnout crew.
All the lonely people, where do they all be?
They'd toured so hard with him they went numb. So they hid. No phones, no fans, just a basement, drugs, and learning to sing like one person with 3 voices.
Where do they all come from?
Richard Manuel had depression so bad he'd later hang himself. Levon Helm hated Robertson for taking songwriting credit and sued him 25 years later. They weren't a band. They were survivors of the same crash. That's why The Weight sounds like a prayer. It was 5 broken men passing a burden to each other because none of them could carry it alone. You can't recreate that house. You can't recreate that grief. Peak, #63. Impact, eternal.
No one was saved, all alone.
Number 9, Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath, 1970. 12 hours, 1 pub break, album done.
Me and Mary, we met in high school when she...
But listen to the riff. Tony Iommi lost the tips of 2 fingers at 17 in a sheet metal factory. His last day. He almost quit. Then he melted a fairy liquid bottle, covered it in leather, and made fake fingertips. Because he couldn't stretch for normal chords, he was forced down into power chords and the tritone, the devil's interval, banned in medieval churches. That sound you feel in your chest? That's disability becoming architecture. Geezer Butler wrote the lyrics about a dark figure he saw at the foot of his bed. Ozzy was terrified the whole session. They recorded on Friday the 13th and invented heavy metal by accident. No Iommi accident equals no metal. It's that simple.
And man, that was all she wrote.
Number 8, Riders on the Storm, The Doors, 1971.
But I always thought that I'd see.
This was recorded in their own studio while their producer quit, calling it cocktail jazz. Jim Morrison showed up fat, drunk, and dying.
But I always thought that I'd see you again.
The darkest part, after laying the main vocal, Ray Manzarek made him do it again, whispering.
My time is at hand, and I won't.
So you're hearing Jim duet with his own ghost. 2 months later, he was dead in a Paris bathtub at 27.
I've seen rain. I've seen sun.
That whisper was the last thing he ever recorded. The song charted the same week he died. He was literally singing his own goodbye, and nobody knew it yet.
Could not find a friend.
Number 7, Heroes, David Bowie, 1977. Berlin, The Wall, 30 meters from armed guards. Bowie wasn't being deep. He was escaping. Heroin, LA, and fame were killing him. Berlin was rehab. He called Robert Fripp, who hadn't played guitar in 3 years. Fripp flew in with no amp. Their trick, tape on the floor.
Coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then.
Stand here for A, stand there for G. Let the room feedback. Brian Eno warped it live with a briefcase synth. Nobody was in control.
He said that's okay, and he walked away, but his smile never did.
Bowie wrote the lyrics after seeing Tony Visconti kiss his girlfriend by the wall. That's it. A stolen kiss became We Can Be Heroes.
Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile.
The song flopped at first. Now it's the sound of people breaking through walls. The wall is gone. Berlin 1977 is gone. You can't record in that fear again.
I can. And the cat's in the cradle and
Number 6, The Chain, Fleetwood Mac, 1977. The only song credited to all 5 members, because it had to be. Here's the truth. It's 5 different broken songs glued together with razor blades. While recording, Lindsay was dumping Stevie. John was divorcing Christine. Mick's marriage was dead. They hated each other. So they made a song about not letting go. John's bass line, the one that gives you chills, was written for a different song entirely. Stevie gave up lyrics she'd written for her solo album. They recorded every instrument separately because they couldn't be in the same room. The tension you hear is the song. Take the divorces away and The Chain is just butter cookie. No one remembers that. Number 5, Comfortably Numb, Pink Floyd, 1979.
But you may feel a little sick.
This song is a war. Gilmour wrote the music for his solo album. Waters wrote the lyrics about feeling dead inside. Then they fought for weeks. Waters wanted orchestra, Gilmour wanted rock. The compromise. The song is literally 2 different versions cut together. That guitar solo? That's Gilmour winning the fight. Gilmour later called it the last embers of them working together. After this, Waters kicked everyone out and sued the band. They only played it together one more time. Live 8/2005. 20 minutes. Then never again. The solo was voted greatest ever because it's the sound of 2 men who couldn't stand each other making something perfect anyway. Number 4, Gimme Shelter, The Rolling Stones, 1969. Midnight Call. Mary Clayton was 4 months pregnant, asleep in bed. They told her to come sing Rape and Murder. She showed up in curlers and pajamas. No rehearsal. At 2:59, she screams murder, and her voice cracks. You can hear Mick gasp in the control room. That crack is real. That's a human breaking. The next day, she miscarried. She didn't listen to the song for years. We lost a little girl. They misspelled her name Mary on the album. The most powerful vocal in rock history cost her a child. That's the price. Number 3, When the Levee Breaks, Led Zeppelin, 1971. The greatest drum sound ever was an accident. Delivery guys left Bonham's kit in the hallway of Headley Grange, an old poorhouse with a 3-story stone staircase. Engineer Andy Johns said wait and hung 2 mics at the top of the stairs. Nothing on the drums. He went to the pub. The stone room did the rest. That echo? That's a 1790s building. It's been sampled 500 plus times because no studio can copy it. Zeppelin only played it live twice. They couldn't recreate it. A delivery mistake made rock history. Number 2. Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen, 1975. 180 vocal overdubs. 8 generations of tape bouncing. By the end, the tape was so thin you could see through it. Freddie had the whole opera in his head and couldn't write it down. He'd play a bit, then say, "And then the opera happens here," and walk away. EMI said, "Too long, no one will play it." Freddie said it goes out whole or not at all. He gave it to a DJ friend who played it 14 times in a weekend and broke it. The tape was literally destroyed making it. Today, they have to bake the masters in an oven to play them. Digital killed this. You can't wear out a Pro Tools file. That friction is gone forever. Number 1. A Day in the Life, The Beatles, 1967. "40-piece orchestra, all in tuxedos, told to start on the lowest note and climb to the highest however you want." Classical musicians don't improvise. They panicked. George Martin lied and said it was art. Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, and Donovan were in the room watching. The final chord, John, Paul, George Martin, Ringo, and their roadie all hit an E chord on 3 pianos and held it. They rode the faders for 40+ seconds until all you hear is the air conditioning. John got his verses from newspaper obituaries that morning. Paul's part was about missing the school bus. The BBC banned it for drug references. 15 months later, the band was over. They used 34 hours to make one song. Their first album took 15 hours total. That level of time, money, and madness doesn't exist anymore.
Let's look at the numbers. Only 9% of you are actually subscribed. Honestly, that's tough to see. Our team spends days hunting down archives and verifying every single fact just to tell these stories right. If you've made it this far into the video, you're clearly part of the community, so please hit subscribe. It costs nothing and helps us immensely. Now, for those already subscribed, very few of you have made the jump to our membership, and that's a hard pill to swallow because you're the ones who know our value best. If this channel has moved you or inspired you, consider joining. It's the price of one coffee, but it's the literal fuel for this channel.